This is the fourth video focusing on the Business Management IA, which will focus on research and supporting documents. For one-to-one support on any part of the IA, feel free to get in touch with us via our email or WhatsApp, which are linked in the description box below. You are also welcome to submit your IAs for examiner feedback at any point, which you can do so through our website, diplomaly.org. The majority of the information and research you use in your IA should be from the 3 to 5 supporting documents that you include in the supporting document file. A few things to note about the SDs. Number 1, you need to choose 3 to 5 SDs. Our recommendation is to choose at least 4 SDs, and if you can, have all 5 SDs. Since these make up the bulk of the information used in your IA, it is better to have more of them to make sure you have a greater variety of sources and information in your IA. Secondly, all SDs must be published within 3 years of your submission to the IB. For May 2026 students, that means the supporting document should be published April 2023 or later. And if you're a November 2026 student, that means October 2023 or later. Double check the dates of your sources, as this is explicitly checked and assessed by the examiners. SDs should relate to your key concept and explicitly provide you with the arguments to help answer your research question. They should also have a range of viewpoints to show a balanced analysis in the main body of your IA. In other words, make sure all of your SDs don't just show something good or bad, and instead provide you with information to analyze your research question from multiple perspectives. A very common question we get is on whether you should use primary research or not. According to the IB, there are no restrictions on your use of primary research in the IA. However, our recommendation with examiner experience is that you stick to secondary research. The reason for this is many students get heavily penalized for doing primary research in a way that is either not reliable or not valid, impacting the quality of their analysis in the IA. If you do use primary research, this should be balanced with secondary research. With that in mind, many students who scored level 7 on their IA do so without primary research, and we recommend you to do the same. There's no restriction on only using secondary research for your IA, and this is typically easier than accurately collecting primary research, as you do not need to worry about whether the method you have used to collect the information is deemed inappropriate by your teacher or the IB examiner. There are many types of secondary sources you can use to gather information to form your various arguments. It is recommended you use multiple types of these sources in both your SDs and your IA more generally to maximize your marks in Criterion B. The first place to start is your company's website. This can help you access information related to business plans and business strategy, as well as your chosen company's mission and vision statement and their aims and objectives. You are also likely to find the company's financial statements, which are useful in performing all types of quantitative analysis. As you learned in Unit 1.2, all publicly held companies need to publish their financial statements, and this can be an extremely valuable resource to you in your IA. At the same time, it is important to look at sources outside of the company to ensure a balanced analysis. This is also explicitly assessed by the IB. There are many different sources to look at, including market research or consulting reports, industry-specific magazines, business literature, and government publications, each of which can provide a wide range of quantitative or qualitative research. The most common source used here is news articles. News articles are a great source, but try to make sure that you get some variety in your source types, as it is very easy to have all your SDs become news articles, but this does not show a good variety of supporting documents. When doing research, you will often find that information related to what you want to argue in your IA is not publicly available, and that is okay and something that you need to expect. Many students are tempted to make things up, and we highly recommend against this, as if this is noticed by the examiner, this could lead to significant marks being lost. That said, it is acceptable to make reasonable assumptions based on your research, even when all the data is not available. The IB recognizes that you don't work for the company you are doing this project on, and there is therefore some leeway for you to make reasonable assumptions. Make sure you justify assumptions if you make them, as this is also showing critical thinking. Finally, let's come back to supporting documents and how to figure out which sources to pick as your SDs. You will likely do lots of research and collect information from lots of different sources. So how do you choose which ones of these supporting documents and which ones are not? Remember that SD should make up the bulk of your research. If a source is used as the basis of one of your arguments, we recommend you make it one of your SDs. If you only use 1 or 2 lines of pieces of information from the source, it is not worthy of it being an SD. Also, make sure it meets the requirements we mentioned at the beginning of the video. Remember, you can use other sources in your IAs, and you should definitely do so. but the majority of the information, examples, and arguments should come from the SDs. As part of your submission, you need to have a separate supporting document file where you upload annotated versions of your SDs to the IB for the examiners to evaluate your supporting documents. Exemplars on how to do this are available on our Diplomaly website, alongside with more information on the various types of sources you can think about using and how to use them in your IA. In the final video, we will look at best practices for writing the IA. On our website, you can also see more specifics on everything we have discussed in this video series, as well as full-length Level 7 exemplar IAs with examiner annotations to help you understand why these IAs have scored well. For more information on the Business Management IA, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. Feel free to let us know if you have any questions about the BMIA in the comment section below, and best of luck with writing your IA.